We really need to stop complaining about the government all the time because that's not the real problem we have to address. Hit us with another clickbait. Oh, who cares? Come on. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is a lot of times we, being the people, but specifically libertarians, but a lot of other people too, a lot of more reasonable leftists, a lot of conservatives, a lot of more reasonable centrists, just regular people. A lot of people complain about the government. Oh, the government did this, oh, the government did that, the other thing, including, of course, the most recent thing, the supposed for our health kind of tyranny that's been subjected upon us by basically which government hasn't done this, right? Pretty much everyone is under the thumb of all kinds of nonsense and restrictions and regulations and all these other stupid things because of what the government's doing. And of course, it's easy to say, well, it's just the government sucks. I don't like the government. We need to tell them to just be less government. How's that working out for you, huh? I mean, there's a lot that we should still be doing, obviously. I think that there's a great role for public policy and voter initiatives and whatever else to try to make sure this stuff doesn't get out of hand too quickly, that it just gets out of hand a little bit more slowly. But even then, we've seen what's kind of happened. So stop complaining about the government. That's never going to be the way that you find freedom, is just by hacking away at the government all the time, Think about why you care what the government does. That is the real problem. So let me take an example here. As of, when I recorded this or whatever, the U.S. basically has been talking about instituting a requirement that all large businesses make sure their employees are all vaccinated. Otherwise, they face significant fines. And that's nonsense for a whole bunch of different reasons. And I'm sure a lot of people's pockets are getting lined by all this mandate using this product kind of a thing. I'm sure there's a lot of that going on. But that's not the problem. A lot of people I saw got really upset and sad when this news came out. A lot of people were just, oh, what am I going to do? Oh, this is terrible. Oh, can I afford to lose my job? I might have to look for another. All this kind of stuff in response to this nonsense the government's been doing. And you can tell a whole lot in that honesty there. It's not, oh, government sucks. I just hate the government. I want to fight away the government. It's just my employer might do something to me. My source of income, which is not the government, might do something to me because of what the government did. Of course, there is still a government connection. I'm not going to deny that. But that is the way out of this mess. I didn't feel that immediately because I don't work for this big old company. I do, random stuff like talk to you morons here. No offense, you guys are pretty smart. But, I do my own things. I've been unbanked for 5 years. I live off of crypto. There's not that much that can do to me. This thing doesn't really affect me. I mean, I can't really foresee a situation where someone could make this directly affect me. I mean, other people in my life maybe, but not me. And this kind of goes to the next level of, why does anyone care about what government does? And there is, to a certain extent, this very real thing of whatever they do, they're going to come to you and directly put pressure on you or directly harm you physically or whatever else. But then there's a lot of other things. Like, well, what happens if I get banned off of social media because of the government did this thing? Or what happens if, oh no, they take all the money from my bank account or garnish my wages or whatever else? The problem in all these cases is not enough self-sovereignty and decentralization. That D word is a big one. It's a buzzword in the crypto world, but it should be a buzzword everywhere. Where if you have these large monolithic corporations, not even that large, even medium-sized, they're an attack vector for some nonsense actor like the government to come in and say, we're going to shut you down, take you out if you don't do what we want. And then all of a sudden they're stooges for whatever else comes next. And of course, that's with employment, that's with, healthcare, that's with anything. And the solution forward, obviously, it helps to not have government around picking on you, but there will always be people trying to do that if they can. The problem is that they can. The problem is that too many people are reliant on certain large institutions for their health. Too many people are too reliant on certain large institutions for their employment, for their finances, for their defense, for any number of things. Of course, you could just go out there and live in the woods all on your own and be kind of free of all this for the moment. Certain aspects of that, yeah, you should probably do. But really, if we move organized society forward into a decentralized yet cooperative way, that's what really helps things out. So next time you have the urge to just complain about government, yeah, complain. They deserve it. Do something against them. Picket, protest, get arrested, whatever you want to do. But more importantly, the only way we as a species are getting out of this sort of constant nonsense from government is by structuring our lives and our society and our technology in ways that are not vulnerable to this sort of centralized attack. Basically, look within yourself, look within whatever else, think of why you're afraid of what the government does. And that's the real problem. Fix that problem, and your life will be better off, not just you, but the whole rest of the world. Way easier said than done, of course. But get started on it, right? I'll see you there.